Hi there, Chris Piercy of Gist Coaching here to talk to you about summer bodies and weight loss. I put a thing out on my Instagram and people said wildly yes, that they would like to hear my opinion on it as someone who has trained in the past in how to help people to lose weight and has helped people to lose weight. So first of all, I want to cover the idea of summer bodies because I think the idea of a summer body is it is not something healthy. I mean, talk about it in like a kind of ironic sense perhaps, but this kind of idea that you should be in ridiculous shape for a couple of months and then for the remaining 10 months of the year eat like absolute crap because it doesn't matter because you're covered up is insane, and it's just not healthy. With regards to being healthy and fit, it should be about consistency. So throughout the 12 months of the year, you have consistency throughout. So just want to put that out there as an idea of a summer body and having to look good for those couple of months. Second point is about weight loss in general. Now, I've had countless people come to me and I've helped countless people with weight loss using coaching techniques, hypnotherapy techniques, and they'll come to me and they'll say, oh, I'd really like to go down to this particular size, or I'd really like to go down to this particular weight, or that's normally what they will say. I want to be about losing this amount of weight or going onto this particular size. Now, this idea that a number on a scale or a number of dress size or shirt size that you buy being directly linked to your own happiness is absolutely ridiculous, and needs to kind of be cut off entirely. When people come to me and talk to me about wanting to lose weight, and I'm going to refer to it as losing weight, even if it might be something slightly different, but they'll come to me to lose weight, and one of the first questions I ask is why. And it's important to know what your motivation is, because it can end up being all sorts of things. 99 times out of 100, when people come to me and want help with weight loss or something like that, we end up working on something else entirely. Now, this can be anything from sorting out their stress levels, it can be sorting out their anxiety, it can be sorting out their self-confidence, it can be sorting out childhood trauma. You name it, it could be something we end up working on. And the weight itself, or how much you're eating, can just be a byproduct of all of that. Your consumption of alcohol could be a byproduct of that, and all of that just puts extra calories in your body, which means that your weight is therefore high. Your calories in is higher than the calories out, therefore you're gaining weight. No one needs education, particularly on how to lose weight. You make sure that your calories that you're burning is higher than the calories you're putting into your body. You kind of know that, but it's actually the implementation of that which ends up being kind of a big issue. But going back to what I was saying, it's actually more often than not something else which needs help. I mean, some people that I've worked with, they have on some level been keeping themselves of a larger size, should we say, because they're worried that if they start looking better, that then people will pay more attention to them, and they're really uncomfortable with the idea of people paying attention to them because their self-confidence is on the absolute floor. So it can be the case that by increasing that self-confidence, maybe they do end up losing some weight and they feel better about it, or maybe they don't end up losing some weight. Maybe they put on some more weight, but it doesn't matter because the self-confidence is there, and that's what the problem was all along. Or maybe they're in a really high stress job. Maybe they don't find time to eat proper meals or cook properly for themselves, and they just literally have no idea of how much they kind of like stress eating. They're stressed out forever that I'll just grab that chocolate bar, I'll just grab that, and that adds up to a few thousand calories or whatever. And it's not, you then don't end up working on this idea of, right, well, let's work out exactly what you're eating, because they're not aware of it. And it ends up being, right, okay, let's find out ways of reducing your stress. So let's look at your sleep, let's look at your alcohol intake, let's look at your caffeine intake, let's look at, getting you to do some meditation or some mindfulness or something like that. And the result is that their stress reduces, and because their stress reduces, they end up the stress eating less because they haven't actually, been thinking to pick at stuff and keep themselves going. And also weight and BMI for that matter. Weight and BMI are terrible. Well, not terrible, but wildly unreliable indicators of progress or success. You can actually become a lot healthier whilst staying exactly the same weight, or maybe even putting weight on. You could lose an awful lot of fat, put on a bit of muscle, and increase in weight, but you'd actually be a lot healthier. Now I'm at the fittest point of my life. About a year ago, when I was working out quite a lot and got myself into a pretty good physical condition, I was, by BMI, I was quite overweight. I'm 5'9" and I was 13.5 stone, so I was quite well built at the time. And the BMI said, "Nah, you're actually quite overweight. You could do with actually losing some weight." It was utterly ridiculous. I looked at myself and thought, I could not be much happier with how I look. And this scale here, this arbitrary kind of BMI scale, is telling me that I'm overweight, therefore unhealthy, and therefore need to lose weight. So, the number on the scale, or the number that your BMI comes up with, whilst it can be a kind of indicator that you're kind of healthy or unhealthy, it is not. It's by far the be-all and end-all of anything like that. I mean, just look at kind of powerlifters. Powerlifters will have a really high BMI, but are amongst the strongest and fittest people imaginable. So, yeah, I think I've kind of rambled enough. This was kind of an unplanned thing. I just kind of wanted to put my thoughts that I had into some sort of thing, I guess. So, ultimately, what I want to say is that if you think that you want to lose weight, check in with your motivation and check what is kind of pushing this desire for weight loss, or pushing this desire for a summer body. Because maybe there's a healthy reason for it, but maybe it's actually coming out of a place where you don't have self-confidence. And I'm going to end up going on another tangent, but this is the thing about cosmetic surgery. People are unhappy with a certain part of their body, and you go, well, if only I get a tummy tuck done, if only I got a facelift, if only I got a boob job, if only I got a nose job, if I got that done, if I got that one thing done, then I would have self-confidence and everything would be better. What tends to happen is they have that one thing, and then you go a little bit further down the line and they found something else that they're not happy with still, because the problem was never in here or here or here. The problem was in here. The problem was in the person's mind. So work on anxiety. Work on decreasing your, not increasing. Do not work on increasing your stress levels. No one wants that. Work on decreasing your stress levels. Work on helping yourself with your anxiety. Work on just a healthier mindset where you're less busy and doing good things for yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Work on your self-esteem. All of those things, will and can help any weight loss that you might be going after. But it may be the case that if you do work on those things, that you don't even care about the number on a scale. Anyway, that's just some random thoughts I've thrown out there. I hope that's helped you in some way. I hope that's made sense in some way. If you're interested in working with me and helping with implementation of any of those things, then do get in touch. Chris at gystcoaching.co.uk, or send me a private message. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you for another video soon.